What's going on, everyone? Anthony from Chronometer Check here, and today we have maybe one of the most controversial Seikos to come out in quite some time. This Seiko is the Seiko Alpinist SPB199, aka the sort of Glacier, and we're going to get into that and what that actually means in just a few minutes. First, let's open this bad boy, get it in the hands, and take a look at it. So here you have, guys, possibly what I think is maybe one of the most beautiful Seiko Alpinists to date. On the other hand, it's quite possibly one of the most controversial. In October 2020, Seiko released a SPB199, which had a very similar dial, sort of blue-gray aquamarine dial, limited edition to the European market. That watch they nicknamed the Seiko Alpinist Glacier and was limited to only 2,020 pieces. That watch came with a dark green leather strap as well as a tan Cordura strap. As it was a limited edition, they wanted to throw something a little bit extra to spruce it up, so it didn't come on a bracelet. And it was also only exclusive to the European market. Now, a couple of months later, Seiko announced and released this bad boy, the SPB197. Not a limited edition, worldwide release, and it also did come on a bracelet, which is, for me, sort of the best of all three worlds. You know, I was able to get my hands on it, didn't have to pay a premium because it wasn't limited, and it comes on a bracelet. Personally, I do enjoy bracelets. Although I do like mixing up the straps, I like having the option of at least putting a bracelet on, so any watch that comes with a decent bracelet is fine by me. On the other hand, as you can imagine, this kind of set the people who did pick up the limited edition Glacier in a bit of an uproar, and I completely get why. I mean, if you pick up what you think is going to be a limited edition watch, you want to have some exclusivity to it. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of like gatekeeping certain watches and limited editions, but if it is a limited edition, it should be a limited edition, especially if it comes with a premium price tag. I think they were justifiably a bit upset with that whole situation. Now, with that said, so let's talk about this one. Now, as you can see right off the bat, one of the most striking features about this watch is the beautiful Glacier dial. It has a very sort of aquamarine hue to it, kind of similar to like a Tiffany blue, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous against the silver hour markers. Now, in true alpinist fashion, it does have the contrasting triangular hour markers with the Arabic numerals at 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And I think is a very nice dial layout that adds a touch of complexity while still being a bit classic, while still being a bit simple. And you know, the Alpinist is a very highly regarded watch for years and years within the watch community. For great reason. You know, it's maybe one of the most versatile watches to ever exist. It's extremely sporty, it's extremely durable, it's extremely rugged, it has water resistance. On the other hand, you can easily dress up or down this watch. You know, this is a watch you could 1,000% wear on a dressy strap and wear it with a suit. On the other hand, you could easily leave it on the bracelet or throw it on a NATO strap, wear it on the weekend with a pair of jeans, and it would look fantastic either way. It also does have a very striking set of cathedral hands, which can be pretty polarizing. I mean, people tend to either like it or hate it. I think it really adds to the uniqueness of the watch and sort of also does play into that versatile appeal. Now, a couple of things about this 2021 model that people will tend to not really like about this Seiko Alpinist. The Cyclops with the date wheel at 3 o'clock. I mean, people, again, this is one of those things that's very polarizing. People either tend to like it or really despise it. Personally, I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, kind of indifferent. I don't mind a Cyclops at all. I do actually really enjoy distorted crystals in general because I feel like they add something a little bit different when you view the watch at different angles. So it's not really something that bugs me too much, but I could see if you're a person who's anti-Cyclops, I could see why. Now, the previous Seiko Alpinist, the SARB 017, which is jacked up in price, by the way, it was a little bit more moderately sized at about 38 millimeters. This watch comes in at about 39 millimeters, which I think is a real sweet spot for me. Not too big, not too small. Some people feel it has a bit too much negative space on the dial with the hour markers, and I could kind of see that, but I think sizing wise, I think it's absolutely spot on. I do think if they wanted to, make the hour markers just a touch larger on this watch, I don't think it would really be a problem. Another thing that people tend to not like about this watch is the X for the Prospex logo at the 6 o'clock position. Again, it's one of those things you tend to either like or hate. In true Alpinist fashion, it still does have the internal rotating compass, which works very, very well, again, with this crown over at 4 o'clock as the original Alpinist, and I think is really great. 6R35 movement is a Seiko in-house reliable workhorse, hacking and hand winding, 28,000 beats per hour, and a really great movement all around. You absolutely can't go wrong. Let's give the movement a wind. Oh man, nice and smooth, feels great. Crown screws out nicely, has nice crown guards to protect the watch, 200 meters of water resistance, and a sapphire crystal, 20 millimeter lug width. I do like a see-through case back personally for my watches. I just do like seeing the mechanical element. Now, some people do prefer stainless steel case backs on their tool watches. They feel it kind of represents the tool watch element a little bit more, but hey, to each their own. Stainless steel case backs also can sometimes tend to make the watch a little bit thinner, so that could be an advantage potentially instead of the see-through case back, but I mean, personally, I'm a fan. Now, the bracelet itself feels just okay. Now, the finishing of the watch is really another thing that really makes it so versatile. I mean, it's mostly polished. It has a polished bezel. The sides of the case are polished. The top of the case around the lugs are brushed, so you get the contrast between the polished bezel, the brushed lugs, and then the polished sides of the watch. So that kind of is one of those things that makes it real sporty, able to dress it up or down. It does come on an all brush strap, which is honestly a little bit disappointed. I would like to see some sort of mix and match between brushed and polished, kind of similar to the case. I think it would have been great to see the bracelet a little bit more dynamic, maybe with some polished and brushed surfaces. Yes, we do see this is peeling off, whatever. I'm keeping this watch anyway. So let me take this wrapping off and be right back. For the price of the watch, coming in at over $700, this bracelet is honestly a bit disappointing, and probably really the only thing that I'm disappointed about this watch. I mean, this bracelet feels very, very similar to the SARB 033 bracelet I owned, which was just okay. I actually did replace it with the strap code bracelet because to me, the watch just far outweighed the quality of the bracelet. It does have solid end links, and it does have solid links, but definitely not the most substantial feeling. Not a bracelet that I feel like can handle any job. I'm sure it does look good enough, and the clasp has a nice little deployant with a Seiko and is brushed nicely. It's machined well, sure, but the bracelet itself doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, and if I had to change one thing about the watch, that's honestly what it would be. On my wrist right now, by the way, is the Seiko Presage SSA 343 Cocktail Time Power Reserve. So here the watch is on my 7-inch wrist. As you can see, 39 millimeters, absolute sweet spot. This watch is gonna fit pretty much anyone perfectly. Some people do tend to like a little bit bigger. If you just want an average size watch and you have an average size wrist, I think this is gonna fit absolutely perfect. I do have 7-inch wrists. I think it fits well. I also think this watch is going to be a bit of a strap monster, so I can't wait to, go through this on some straps, make a full review for you guys in the future. This is definitely going to be a keeper in my collection, so you can expect some more content about this. That's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know what you think about this Seiko Alpinist in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the wild Seiko controversy and the limited edition, non-limited edition. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video. It would greatly help me out, and don't forget to subscribe for more reviews as well as a full in-depth review about this Alpinist once I give it a bit more wrist time. Thank you for watching. Till next time.